Today I want to address the tarot court cards, and specifically a book that I really like. It's called The Tarot Court Cards, Archetypal Patterns of Relationships in the Minor Arcana by Kate Warwick-Smith. And this was published in 2003. And I'm sure, like a lot of you learning the tarot, the court cards, most books or guides told you that they can represent people in your life. They can represent personality traits that you may have that may be important in dealing with the question that you are asking. What I like about this book is that she goes a little bit more in depth, and she approaches it by first with a basic concept that every relationship can be described in terms of support. That could be positive or negative. And, you know, even negative relationships can teach us quite valuable lessons. And in that regard, each card is given a keyword. Keywords describe either what she calls the supporter, a relationship that is supportive, or a keyword where a relationship is not very supportive, and she calls that the detractor. And what's also nice is that she includes a little pull-out guide, a card that has these keywords on them. For instance, the supporter keyword for the King of Wands is spiritual elder, and the detractor is the zealot. So kind of the positive, negative. For the King of Cups, the supporter keyword is the benefactor, the detractor is the betrayer. So, you know, already we can sort of, when a court card comes up, we can, you know, ask the question is, are they playing a supportive role here, or are they playing you know, the role of the detractor? The second aspect of it is to show how the court cards reflect our inner life with resources or challenges. So to stick with the King of Wands, the resource for the King of Wands is spiritual vision, and the challenge is illusion. For instance, the King of Cups, the resource is unconditional love, and the challenge is hatred. So, and when I think of like those inner resources, I think of, you know, you can read those if you read reversals. You know, if you get a reversed court card, maybe that's telling you that you should look at inner resources or challenges. Or you can do the negative aspects with the reversal, see the detractor or the challenge as far as that's concerned. So already you're getting a little bit more color to the meaning of the cards, which I like. So and I follow the guide quite a bit. Now let's talk about the spreads that she has in the book. And this is what I really like about the book, is the spreads. So she'll have a one-card spread, you know, and what you do is, if you have a situation, you pull one card and you ask the questions. Is this a person that is supporting me dealing with this situation? Is it somebody that's a detractor, that's actually a negative influence? Or are those roles that I'm playing in the relationship? And then also going over the inner resources that I can bring to it, or the challenges that might come up. And she also has some ideas for taking the card and meditating on it, and also recording your reading. Also, if things don't gel right away, it's good to sort of have it off to the side and just maybe come back to it and see if it makes sense. She also will talk about the last chapters in the book, where she gives some guidance as far as doing meditation. We'll talk about the 3 card spreads, and these are all with just the court cards separated from the rest of the cards. You're just using the court cards here. So the first spread, she calls the support spread, is how someone supports you. And what you do is you pull 3 court cards and look at them, and then relate how these are supportive, or they are detractors, maybe what kind of inner resources they bring, or how they support you with their inner resources. Maybe what challenges they have that can hinder you. And then there's a second 3-card spread where it's how you support someone else. So I think these are really good for relationship readings. And then she also has sort of a who am I spread, where you sort of get insights into your own gifts, strengths, and challenges. And that's like that 1-card reading, but kind of broadened to using 3 cards. The spread that I really like a lot is where she uses the whole tarot deck, but she divides the cards into the court cards, the major arcana, and then the rest of the minor arcana. And so you shuffle them individually, the packets, and then you draw one of each. Now the first card, the minor arcana, actually we have it as the middle card. The minor arcana represents the mundane situation that maybe it's involving the situation that you or your sitter has. It could also be the psychological state of mind as well. And then the court card that you pull on the left, that you put to the left of it, represents the, who supports you in this, who is the detractor, are those roles that apply to you, the sitter. What are the inner resources you can bring to the situation? What are the challenges? And you put those together and you try to find the story there. And then the third card, the major arcana card, the card on the right, major arcana card represents a message from the your higher self or from spirit, and it kind of gives you some, I think maybe gives you an overall picture of what's going on. So it's a very powerful 3-card reading, and to tell you the truth, I've never really played around with separating the tarot deck and using it that way. In fact, I liked this so much that I actually, when I do live readings at an event or whatever, I always keep a deck that's already separated off to the side in case I decide to use one of those spreads. That is pretty strong is she uses it for shadow work, and talking about Carl Jung's definition of the shadow self. And because there's the detractor and the challenges, those kind of can represent aspects of our shadow self. And one of the first things she has is a worksheet in the book where you pick the court card that represents a shadow aspect, that challenge or the detractor part of something that maybe you want to work on yourself. And then what you do is you look through the cards and you pick out one maybe or two harmonizing cards, that's what she calls it, or cards that you see can help with that aspect that you're trying to work on. And she has a workbook, a worksheet where you can fill in the proper card. And then what you can do is then take those cards out of the deck and maybe do a meditation based on those cards to help with shadow work. Shadow work it has to be done delicately, you know, especially if you're doing it with somebody else, you know, because you're really delving into deep waters. And you know, I enjoy doing it for myself, for self-discovery, but I think you have to tread very carefully with working with other people, because it might be that you're just there's things that might be brought up that are better suited for a therapist. So I'd like to know how if other people that are watching this do shadow work with others, and you know, let me know what are your safeguards that you use, and what kind of approach do you use that keeps it sort of safe and an overall positive. That would be good. And also, she also has a shadow spread in the book as well, where it's a 4-card spread where you take out the card that you want that represents the detractor or the challenge that you want to work on. So that is picked. And again, it's like a significator card almost, you know. And then you shuffle the rest of the court cards and you pick 3 at random. And then you look at those 3 cards and you see how they could possibly help with that shadow aspect. So a very interesting way of using the tarot. Those are, I think the spreads are probably what really attracted me to this book. At the last few chapters, she talks about meditation and gives you some some ideas on as far as meditating on these cards. And she also introduces what she calls path working, which to me sounds pretty much just like guided meditation. And I know that some people have trouble with guided meditation. So again, if you want to make any comments, it's like for readers out there that maybe offer guided meditations and that type of thing. What do you do for people that feel that they're really not good at receiving that type of thing? Do you have tips? Do you have an alternative type of thing that you do instead? I'd be interested to know about that. So that is my appreciation of the book, The Tarot Court Cards. So I hope you enjoyed that, and stay tuned, and we'll do another one soon. Take care. Bye-bye.